Hey everybody, my name is Brandon from thestockstreamers.com, and today I want to talk about AMC stock, ticker symbol AMC. What I want to do first is I want to go into Google and talk about why I think the stock has risen over 120% in a single week's time. And then I want to go into the earnings report and the balance sheet to talk about how AMC is actually doing as a business. And then I want to go into the trading charts to try and find a level or two to buy AMC if we want to buy AMC. So now let's get started. So here we are on Google, and here's a 1 week look at AMC chart. And as we can see, in about a week's time, we've risen over 73%, but we also have to include this after hours trading here, up a whopping 64% in the after hours, making our total over 120% in just a week. So, when you're seeing moves like this, the question is always why. So if we scroll down here, we look and we see that everybody's talking about this thread on Reddit called Wall Street Bets. Now, I have a ton of opinions on Wall Street Bets, and if you guys want to hear them, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll make a video about it. But currently there's a flood of retail investors out there that are out to ruin the short sellers. And to me, trying to bet against this wave of momentum is like standing in front of a herd of water buffalo expecting to stay standing. Again, just ask one of the GameStop shorts how that story ends. Excitement around this stock is literally the most important reason for the stock right now, and we are in a parabolic and frenzy stage here. We are going to see huge volatility in the next few days to weeks, both to the upside and the downside. If you are going to invest in a company like AMC, you should expect to stomach large volatility swings to the downside as well as to the upside in the short term. But that's just one of the pieces of the news that I want to talk about. The other piece of the news is this securement of $917 million. And this is important because it allows AMC to avoid bankruptcy, at least for a little bit. And obviously, as a shareholder, that's pretty much the only thing you want to hear coming out of this movie theater business right now. The reason for this is because if AMC goes bankrupt, then all the common shares of AMC will likely be worthless. But again, this is just one of the reasons why AMC stock is elevating. The main reason is because of the momentum of the retail investors driving out the shorts and moving the stock upwards. So now that we've covered the momentum going around in AMC stock right now I want to go into AMC's earnings report and talk about its fundamentals. And spoiler alert, I'm sure you guys already know, AMC's fundamentals are really gross right now. But it is still important to talk about the fundamentals so we can see how close AMC is to bankruptcy, if AMC is even close to bankruptcy at all. So here we are in AMC's earnings report here for the most recent quarter in September 30th, 2020. And as you can see here, as promised, the fundamentals of AMC look really gross. We are losing at a net loss $905 million per quarter. So the important thing here when you are considering to invest in a company that has a relatively high probability of bankruptcy is to look at the balance sheet, which is down here. The balance sheet, it really tells you how much cash the company has to play with. So we see here, this is just a summary of the balance sheet. We see that the cash on hand as of September 30th was $417 million. So if you did a quick math in your head right now, we are losing $905 million per quarter, but we only have $417 million left in the bank. So, you may be thinking, right? Well, if we remember this story from Yahoo Finance here, the management team secured $917 million. So basically, because we were able to secure that funding, that buys us another 3 or 4 months before any bankruptcy has a chance of occurring. Now, I cannot stress this enough. Bankruptcy can still happen to AMC. You have to be aware that there is always a chance of bankruptcy every single day you are in AMC, and your stock could be worthless. But again, because we secured this $917 million of funding, we do have 3 months that we can play with here. But now that the stock price is climbing, we also actually have some hope. The management team is probably already thinking about this, but they could do a secondary offering of more shares to raise capital. This definitely dilutes you as a shareholder, but I think as a shareholder, you'd rather have dilution than bankruptcy. So after talking about the fundamentals here and knowing that now we have a good 3 or 4 months to play with before any real chance of bankruptcy has a probability of occurring, now I want to talk about the trading charts to see if we can find a place or two to buy AMC if we want to buy AMC. So here we are on AMC's trading charts here, and this is where we closed today, this $5 mark here. But right now where we are in the aftermarket hours, we have just closed at around $7 a share here. So, we are really gapping our way up to the moon right now. Now, as always, let's try and look for some support and resistance levels. So what I can see here is the first thing I notice is that we see a resistance level around the 760 level here. We see that we topped out around here, and back here in February. Once this stock hits this range, we could start to see some consolidation here and maybe even a little negative day or two. But again, this is an incredibly momentum-driven stock. I would not be surprised if we plow through that resistance level and continue on higher. If you wanted to step into AMC, again, you have to be aware of the non-zero chance of bankruptcy, but I think that an okay level to step in here is around the $6, $6.20 level here, made by these candles over here, as well as some of these candles over here. Honestly, these are not the greatest support levels, but those are the best levels I could see right now. Just to cover the other major indicators here, obviously in the MACD chart, which is a measure of momentum, obviously we are positive here, and the RSI here, which is also an indicator of momentum, obviously we are in the overbought positive here. So really, those aren't even worth mentioning because we know that this is a momentum-driven play. The important thing here is that this is a momentum play and a short squeeze. I think the short sellers were really caught flat-footed and out of position on some of these stocks and did not manage their risks properly. These market movers are really taking advantage of the mechanics of when a short goes wrong. I'll put a couple links in the description if you want to learn about a short squeeze and what it actually is. But the reason why I don't use them is because the risk to the downside is basically infinite. And I don't like infinite downside risks. If you're thinking about shorting AMC stock right now because it ran up over 100% in a week, man, like I said, I'm not a financial expert, but I think you are standing in front of a herd of charging water buffalo here. Like a majority of the people out here, I think AMC is going to go higher, at least for the short term. But again, you have to be careful. This is a truly speculative play, and the chance of bankruptcy is still non-zero. So that was my review on AMC stock. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. If you have any questions, or if you caught any mistakes, also drop me a comment down below. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.